Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy check. We're going to take a look at what's happening with Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine Collective, and we'll do a little bit different format today. So after that, we will get answers to the questions of what kind of lessons from the past or experiences from the past are the twins currently integrating. You know what comes around as a cycle, and it helps them in the current journey. And finally, we'll see what's coming, what kind of surprise is coming your way. You know, what is it that you don't expect but is on the horizon. All right, and if we have time, I also got my Hermit Tarot card, so I will put some messages between the twins. All right, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for supporting my channel. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to click the like button, to subscribe to the channel, and of course to leave a comment. I love your comments, guys, so that gives me a lot of support and encouragement, so please keep them going. All right, so let's take a deep breath. I hope everybody's having a good week, that you are integrating the energy of the lunar eclipse that we just had. It's been quite intense, I would say. For me, the weekend was the hardest part. I feel like I've done enough sort of work as well as rituals, transmutation, so that like immediately after eclipse and like during these few days, it's been a lot easier. And I hope it's easier for you too. Or at least if it's not, that you have more awareness of why those things come up. And you already know you have the tools to do something about them, right? Okay, so we'll start with the Oracle deck, the Whispers of the Ocean today, and I'm gonna get to it right away. So I'm leaving for my trip to relatives today, and I'm gonna be recording videos from there for a couple of days. I may record another video while I'm still here, just so that I have a little bit of a buffer and I don't have to worry about it as soon as I fly in. This should be good. Haven't seen these guys almost 5 years, so it'll be a great reunion opportunity. Okay, what do we have for Divine Feminine? Thank you. That's what I needed to say. All right, so we have two cards. Number 47, connect to source. Duh. Go within to discover what needs to be done. Create the shift required to attract what you want. Yeah, so yeah, what I'm hearing right away is that the shift has been naturally created with the eclipse and with the full moon. So just need to connect to source, yeah. Ask the questions, what needs to be done, especially if it's not obvious to you. Because some of you are getting triggered in your actual live 3D scenarios, so you don't really have to think too much. It comes to you. But if it seems like nothing is happening or you're not sure what is it supposed to mean for you, ask the question, go to source, connect. Another one is inner desires. Set some intentions. You're entering a phase of plenty and may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. Yeah, so when you're clear enough, of your energy, karma, whatever, you can call it different ways, right? When you've gone through the cleansing process, you've ascended, then, something good is supposed to come in. So make sure, as we spoke the other day with setting intentions, make sure that you know what you want. And I even spoke a little bit about plans versus planning, right? So like, when is it too much? Like, don't go to extremes. You're supposed to let the universe know what you're expecting, otherwise it's not gonna know what to give you, right? But at the same time, don't go into too much detail, especially with timing, with people, with money, those kind of things. Try to focus on the end goal, not on how you're gonna get there. That's where you're supposed to be open-minded. Okay, that was for Divine Feminine. For the Divine Masculine Collective, what do we have? Oh, I like it. Sorry. My favorite. Okay. Green card. Love it. Childlike devotion. Yes, baby. Look how it matches with my background. You are a multi-talented, complex being. Embrace and love who you are. So for divine masculines, it's important to have childlike fun, right? It doesn't necessarily mean like literally that they need to go back to what they used to like or they used to do in their childhood or they wanted to do but never did. It is a good idea. It is a good starting point. But even if you do, what you like to do now, to, I don't know, relax, to let yourself be free, to goof off, that's when you're truly, sincerely, feeling the joy, feeling the fun, feeling the like savoring life. That's what you're asked to do. Childlike devotion. Embrace and love who you are. Yeah, and as much as those things that you are doing or used to do as a child may seem quite, frivolous and not very pragmatic, not very useful, there is definitely a link between that and the talents that you have and how you can apply them in your adult life, as a light worker, or at least to make your own life more exciting, more inspired, so that you have that source of energy to help others. So there are no silly ideas or useless activities. They are all very much useful, and that's why you're asked to do that. First of all, to get a relief I'm hearing from all the eclipse energy, because it's been quite intense, right? Give yourself a break, basically, divine masculines, but also to be able to get some hints, get some ideas into where to go next, to find your passion, to find your calling, to find your dedication. Okay, let me get into tarot now, and I've got one of my Oriental decks today. It's more abstract, and I think, well, I was guided to take it, but I think it's because we're still in a bit of an integrating phase after the eclipse, so it's going to be more of an abstract image that will be useful now with the message. So first of all, current energies for divine feminine, please. Okay, Six of Swords for divine masculine. The Star and Eight of Pentacles. I love this so much. It's so in sync with the message the witches saw. And I'm actually seeing the Star quite a lot recently for divine masculines, and not just in public readings, but in privates as well, and even in some of the readings I do for myself. Okay, the next question I was going to ask was, what kind of lessons from the past, or from childhood, from your own story, are you integrating now, or how that experience comes around to help you on your ascension journey? What kind of experience is now helpful? You could have forgotten about it, right? Maybe something happened when you were 10 years old. Maybe you just suppressed it, your psyche suppressed it, but maybe you didn't take it seriously. That could be a reason too. So we'll see now what happened in the past that has a clear connection to where you are on your journey right now. That has helped you to get where you are. Thank you. The Moon and Seven of Swords. Ooh, that's nice. It's interesting, let's put it that way. What about masculines? Two of Cups. Aww. And finally, what surprise is on the horizon? What's coming up that you don't expect for divine feminine? I'll try to move quickly through this. I'm probably not going to pull clarifiers today because I think the messages are quite loud Justice. What about divine masculine? I love this justice card. Remember, we also saw it in the collective message for like one of the opportunities was the eclipse, is justice. So that's what's on the horizon now. To me, it almost automatically says the divine feminine has done her part, or their part, you know, because that was the opportunity, meaning if you do the work, if you follow the path. And now just seeing it as it's on the horizon, it's coming up, meaning that, yeah, you did your part. For the masculine, so it's coming up. Okay, have whole 3 cards. Queen of Swords, King of Swords, and 5 of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck, the Sun. I love this. The happiest card in the deck. Definitely this is, I'm getting the strong energy of a clean slate, the fresh start for both of the twins in certain perspective. All right. Let's get started. So for the feminines, the current energy is 6 of Swords. Yeah, what I'm getting here, it's a big time healing process for divine feminines. Some stuff has come up during the eclipse, and I'm getting even before the eclipse when the energy was starting to be intense, and also with the Mercury retrograde coming in. And now it's a process of healing, of like getting into a space where you can work with your inner child, where you can you know, get that inner peace moment where you can safely integrate those experiences. To me, there's also like a blend of colors here, and that's about integration of experiences, almost like integration of you know, shadow work and joy and happiness, integration of 3D and 5D, etc., etc. That's what's happening right now. For divine masculines, we see the Star and 8 of Pentacles. So divine masculines are starting to see the path, starting to see that there is more to them than meets the eye, that what they have been focusing on so far, what they've been working on, that there is a much deeper, wider, higher, happier universe out there that's available to them. If they need to put in some work, but the end goal just feels amazing, and they almost like, I'm getting a lot of them that got that vision of how awesome it can be, and they do not necessarily see all the steps of the way, but they know that it's so much worth it, that even though they don't, they still want to try, they want to go for it, they're putting in some work now to try and figure it out, and you know, take that chance and go big. For what's coming around, for the what is coming around, that was the past experiences that's helping the twins on the twin flame path now. For feminines, we have 7 of Swords and the Moon. So to me, this was manipulative and secretive behavior from different people. I mean, of course, it's about a specific person here. I'm actually seeing even, yeah, this person that's taking a mask and looking at it. It's very interesting. Yeah, but I mean, it's up to you to identify who that was if you can, but the general idea is that all the confusion and decept that you've been living under, and the way you've been treated unfairly, basically, right, manipulated, it helped you tell apart now where is sincere behavior. I mean, not just now, but all this way through. What is sincere behavior and what is not. Even if you've never even realized how much that was wrong and hurtful and impacted you in a negative way, it helped you in a positive way to see the light in people, you know, a lot brighter, to appreciate it a lot better when the person is kind, when the person is honest, when the person has pure intentions, to appreciate that so much and kind of get inspired, get ignited from those people, rather than dwell on all the pain and all the hurt that you've gotten from somebody toxic, somebody who, speaking of mental health awareness months, someone who wasn't interested in making you happy, or they just were not able to do that, right? For divine masculines, we have Two of Cups. Yeah. So for them is the belief and the trust in true love, in big love, in the lifetime level of love. And it's interesting because for a lot of masculine, it's almost like a fairy tale, and you can see this is also like two characters. They're the trees, like there's a lot going on here. It's very symbolic, very sort of like a vision. It's vision-like, really. It's almost like they've never experienced it before, this kind of love, but they've always seen it in their mind. They've always believed in it. That not everybody's, has an agenda. Not everyone has, expectations, and they will only like you and love you if you behave a certain way, if you are a certain way, right? They had that belief in their heart, and you can see the heart here as well. And I'm getting here that the moment that they recognized you, divine feminine, as the one, as someone who made the heart beat faster, they realized that there is hope for that love, that this can really be a reality, not just a fantasy, not a fairy tale. So that belief, the belief they had, the vision they had, kept them going until the moment when they met you and they realized like they don't need to hold on to the fantasy in their mind anymore. They see you, they feel you, it's real. It's real life stuff. And of course they don't talk about it because it's overwhelming. It's not something that's easy to talk about. Not that masculines talk about their feelings a lot anyway, but it's about what comes from the heart, not what it looks like from the outside, right? Not like, are we, dating, sleeping together or not. It's a completely different level of connection that they've never experienced before with anyone. Not with close friends, not with anyone. Such an intense connection. Imagine those experiences when they think a lot about you, when they worry about you, what's happening, are you okay? Or if you had a fight, they feel guilty afterwards. They have dreams about you. Imagine what it does to a person, especially if they don't fully, they're not fully awakened to what this is, right? It's like, it takes time. And finally, the final question was about what's coming up next that you don't expect. For the feminines, it's justice. Yeah, so certain karma is going to be closed out. I spoke about it the other day. That's what the eclipse energy is bringing, because a lot of baggage and shadow work has been done. Baggage has been left behind and shadow work has been done. So karma is getting cleared out, and some abundant surprises are coming up. I see a lot of butterflies here. To me, it's a sign of good luck and prosperity, right? So just be on the watch out for that and set intentions like the oracle card said. So the universe knows what's gonna be the most amazing surprise for you. It's almost like, imagine it's your birthday or it's Christmas time. You're supposed to tell people what you want to get for presents. They cannot read your mind, especially if they're not around all the time. For the masculines, we have King of Swords with Queen of Swords and Five of Swords. Yeah, it's very interesting because it is a couple, but the King and Queen of Swords are actually not like a romantic couple. They're more like brother and sister. So there is a certain dynamic, and it's represented by Five of Swords here. There is a certain dynamic between the masculine and someone else in their life, and I'm getting strongly this is a feminine energy. It's not the divine feminine, but it's a karmic energy. Could be a romantic partner, could be a mother, a sister, colleague, but some feminine figure. and some illusion about the feminine mindset, or feminine versus masculine, you know, gender equality, stuff like that is coming up, is gonna be made known. So the masculines will work through certain illusions that they've had, because either the way they've been treated by women in their lives, or just from their personal, personal conclusions, stuff that they've seen in mass media, in movies, maybe read books or whatever, right? Like, we still draw conclusions. Our mind needs to structure the information, and they'll understand, they will see where some of that structure is faulty, it wasn't built correctly, so there will be a fix in it, which is always good news, right? The more clarity and truth we see, the closer we get to union, and of course the higher we get in terms of our ascension path. And trust me, divine masculines are doing their part in the ascension. Of course it looks different on the surface, but deep down it's happening. Okay, it's getting long, but I'm gonna quickly pull the messages. I'm not gonna do too much interpretation. It will be for you to interpret. From the masculines to feminines first. We have maybe, I just dream and wish for everything. Both of them are about dreaming and wishing. And actually, this is DM to DM. And I was already talking about like them thinking about you, about this true love that is not a fantasy anymore, but it's real, right? Them seeing dreams about you, etc., etc. So yeah, you can make from it what you will. From divine feminines to divine masculines. Accidentally picked up a card from another deck. Okay, that's one, that's another one. I don't want to lose you, and I just want you all the time. So yeah, it seems like maybe partly because it was Moon in Scorpio, and Scorpio is actually connected with sexuality. You know, part of that transformation / death is connected to the sexual intercourse and the moment of orgasm. So even if you dig deeper in terms of like what is located in the, what is it gonna be, the 8th house, I think, or the 9th, whichever Scorpio's natural house is, this will be that area of life. So it could be transformation in its wider terms. It could be connected with how you experience sexual pleasure. So yeah, it looks like Scorpio really did its thing for both DM and DF this time. But also know for somebody, they needed to know that divine feminine, despite whatever happened, and maybe some of you had arguments because of the Mercury retrograde, divine feminines do not want to lose you, divine masculines, from their life. Okay, on this optimistic note, I'm gonna say goodbye, and I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye, everyone.